so far already, and it's only day one group stage, right? So we'll see how this game plays out. A lot of agency for RNG, a couple bot lane bans coming into, no surprise. If anyone, Kalista taken away from Ruler, Nautilus from Ming. You're thinking of things like Sivir, Varus, Jhin, depending on what direction the AD carries want to go in. But a lot of the aggressive ones are kind of falling off. Caitlyn, Kalista being removed limits these kind of aggressive dive-heavy bot lanes.
Yeah, and that's why for Gala, like the first thing that jumps out to me would be something like the Aphelios. I think that can be a little bit rough playing into the range of something like an Azir, though. We've already seen that his pool has been pretty limited so far here at the World Championship, so I wonder if Gen G maybe would look to take something like that away.
Yeah, Leona could also be a ban. They're going to ban away the Kai'Sa, denying the playmaking. I mean, it's Gala, right? Gala's Kai'Sa is basically iconic. Nilaban is kind of interesting from RNG, but we won't touch on that too much because the Aphelios is locked in. That sets up RNG for many options on 5 here, where you could lock in a Leona for team fights, a Thresh for picks, even a range support, depending on what Gen G blind pick here to play more of a front-to-back to match the Azir.
Aphelios just such a flexible AD carry, offers good utility, offers incredible damage, so later in the game we go. We just saw earlier today how important an Aphelios ult can be into a clumped-up group of opposition. Misfortune. Bit of a mixed bag in terms of performances, in terms of success with the pick, but instead, we got Senna, and that means stuff's gonna get weird on the bottom side. What are they pairing it with?
There's no way they do Senna Singed, right? There's no Yuumi on the enemy team. I think Senna Tam would be the easy option here, but I mean, it's Lehens, you never know. He's played things like Sejuani support, he's played things like the Singed that I just touched on. It's a case of what he wants to pick to farm here. Tahm Kench good into the Lissandra as well, but it's gonna be the Senna Singed! Locked in by Gen G! Screw the Yuumi! Lehens 2 games on Singed already in summer. Known for this champion.
Blind picking the Singed in their first game at Worlds. Gen G coming in with some spicy takes of their own.
And look, it looks like they're reading the opposite side. RNG, they want some engage. They want to get something, but they realize that Aphelios is going to be so lonely in the backside, just getting run at by a Singed.
I can't believe they've just gone for the Senna Singed, but if you think about it, dashes on the Jax and the Graves, you've got a Poppy W, you've got a Singed flip if they dash in, you've got a Singed W to root them in that flip as well, so they have tools to peel for their carries pretty well. It's just a case of how this bot lane 2v2 will play out, because I'm unsure how the Singed will be able to farm if junglers match bot, but then the kill pressure could be there.
I think that's a fair. I'm not sure how a Singed support into this matchup is going to go. We know what it does against Yuumi. Time to see what it's going to do against the Leona, and I love the grounded effect that they are going to get from the adhesive there, from the Singed. I think this is so difficult for RNG to play out, but you can see with a champion like Lissandra, if you get one reset in a fight, RNG can very quickly take those over.
Yeah, even though, right, it's taking a bit of speculation to figure out what Gen G is going to look like once we hit the Rift. For RNG, I think it's very clear that they're going to look to play it towards Breathe. Every time they pick Jax in playing so far, WEI has been giving Breathe a lot of attention up towards that top side.
They are for sure. 1 minute 20, jungler in the bot side river. Will Ruler spot it? Yes, he will. Can they contest the 3v3? The answer is no!
The flash out is big.
Ming, really aggressive right now. Ruler has to just ditch this bot side. They can't move through mid now to cover it off, it looks like.
Here we go. Chovy, did he take the Q? He might have, or is he just waiting as long as possible? Force the flash out, he did. Q and W, no E yet.
I think the reason that he flashes here is because he will get chased down to the point where he'll inevitably have to flash and he'll get chunked out. And he has no TP. So his lane's pushing out. Early flash to keep a health bar, but they're coming back for more.
Go one more time. Cloud's coming out from Chovy, running for the hills, only level 2. One more shot from the gun. Can he finish it? Chovy ticking. The run back way. Oh, it's so close. They're just going to continue to force here. Doran not going to get the time to do anything.
Here they come. Dive inbound. 3 versus 1.
Doran, what are you going to do? Stun coming out. You can't do anything. They're just going to point, click you down. Oh, it's effortless. It's a clean dive for RNG.
And this RNG team has just been so proactive.
Back there in the first place, then move towards mid and secure the Herald with that numbers advantage. But Chovy
locked up. Lands the CC chain is beautiful. Flawlessly timed from Gala, Ming, and Xiaohu to lock him down.
Like you said, just the coordination there. Xiaohu going in, locking Chovy down.
Of course, has
locked up. Ruler now caught out. Big burst damage now coming in. Not quite enough with the Graves ultimate, but here comes Peanut. They're looking to keep this one going. Ruler laying down the ult on the backside. They just don't have the damage on the bottom side. Lehens building a bit of AP, but not quite enough to finish any kills.
Xiaohu TPing to that bot tier when he thought the fight would be a little bit more extended one.
Ruler. Oh my god, audience. He's got out! Oh, the cheers! It should have warned him, but he couldn't hear it through all the white noise. is Lehens. Now moving forward, getting pulled back. The Singe so incredibly obnoxious. Way now running for his hills. Peanut, it's a clean flash in. The knock-up, the damage, the follow-up. Lehens will find the kill with the poise and the lock-in coming in from Gala on the backside. Big burst damage coming in from the combo. Enough to finish the job, and Gala will grab a kill. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Chovy versus Xiao, who will 1v1. Chovy now chasing for the kill. Flash available. Doesn't look like he wants
something I don't think Gen G experienced too much back in the LCK, but we're going to see here what happened. Just incredible patience coming out from RNG, able to land the Zenith play, but here Cajol gets so dicey.
Yeah, it does, and this is where Peanut makes this great play to stop away from getting the dash. But look at the vision in the top left. Gen G are putting their wards defensively in their own jungle. That's how hard it is for them to contest River right now. RNG own the mid-bot side of the map. Anyone steps up, Lehens would have been dove if he didn't base. Ruler walks into his dive, breathe.
Lehens coming in, now grounded, gonna throw him back in, not quite gonna hit the root. He's leaning over, now he's looking for the 1v1 with Ruler. Ruler running. The snare, where's it going to go? Lehens chasing him down, the Singe feels like inevitability. Breathe just slowly, but surely getting burned down, but no!
What the?
How does he get one back? The patience to hold the leap strike!
Yeah, so huge coming up from Breathe.
And he even flashed into the bloody wall. He didn't escape. He misplayed it, but still managed to find the kill. Gala's fighting Peanut here.
Gala leaping away. Chovy! Massive shutdown. 500 gold into his back pocket. Everything
but up
for
against an Azir, I think it's just worth it to get that tower down and keep the control around the map.
I think especially because we've seen a lot of RNG's success have come from that vision line. They've pushed into Gen G's jungle, break open mid-turret, they'll be able to do that top side. But this play from Breathe was bonkers.
It really was. The root doesn't land with the flip into the Singe W, so he tries to escape here. Let's watch Breathe. He flashes into the wall right now, so he doesn't escape, but then he still turns around and finds a kill onto Ruler. All the meanwhile, Ming finds Chovy, so there's a lot of skirmishing going on the map. Look at the damage.
Man. I have never been so excited watching a dude hit somebody with a lamppost before, but does it for me.
Ruler's laughing that one off. He's like, okay, well, I just got absolutely one shot. Not going to do that one again. RNG celebrating the 1-for-1 trade at the numbers advantage.
CTP now coming in immediately. Gen G know that it's time to get out. They do not overcommit to the play. Doran going to ult for the extra movement speed. Xiao coming in now. They're going to look for the knockback, but it whiffs! Peanut whiffs completely, and now Doran is a dead man walking. Breathe will grab another kill.
RNG, they commit the TPs and they find the play. It finally gives them an opening to use this Rift Herald.
Wait, looking for a dive even.
One forward, Ruler in trouble. Ruler's just so squishy. Oh, the sidestep on the ultimate is clean. RNG, are they going to go for more here? Fishing for the charge. Peanut going to move in, has the smite, auto attack. Maybe can finish it before Crashes. That's big.
Gen G actually do. They decide on a top dive, but then Xiaohu instantly TPs. Ming's already there because of mid push, and boom, collapse comes in. Peanut misses that ult. Maybe if he knocked Breathe away, Doran could live here. Regardless, ways around Herald, the top tier 1. Mid tower falls. Top tier 2 is extremely low from the second charge. It's all falling apart for Gen G.
It's so hard
to this fight. The Xiaohu is looking tension. This could be huge.
Look up Chovy and a flank on the backside, but Chovy still managed to get out. No, Chovy taken down. Gala's massive. It's all about Gala. It's all about the chakrams. Gen G running for the hills. Gala says not today. Pushes them away, forces them back, and will take the Inferno.
And now RNG on Soul Point. They're going to be able to make their way towards mid, push us in, potentially even look towards a Baron. Such a long death timer on Chovy.
They're running towards the top side of the river. I think you might be right. Xiaohu does have TP up. It just came off the spellbook cooldown, so they're going to force this Baron. It's on Doran, Peanut, and Chovy to contest this. Ming is low. Not much to work with, though. No ultimates. Peanut's on the bot side of the map. This is gone.
This is the perfect guns for Aphelios. They just shred through this. They got 380 threats just banging on this Baron. It's going to get knocked down. RNG in complete control of the game. Dominating fight. Both objectives to their name. 5k gold lead.
And Xiaohu and Breathe are really far down in CS, 40, 50 CS deficits, but it's the skirmishes where they're excelling, and they walk into the meat grinder of RNG. Gen G are really lucky here. If Xiaohu gets this W ult off, they're all dead. Luckily, he gets pushed back just in time before he does get that ult off, but even still, RNG just runs straight through them.
Yeah, and I think it's so important that Gala, I don't know if it's a Moonlight Vigil or a Q coming out from the Calibrum, but just able to get that.
Now moving in, Peanut trying to find a bit of an engage here, just a bit of poke now traded back. Doran on the retreat, Xiaohu going back in. Peanut now locked out, locked down. Big Aphelios assault on the backside, but no follow-up quite yet. RNG finding one so far, traded back on the opposite side. Support for jungle in the end.
It's a 1-for-1.
Honestly, RNG, I think, not able to find the fight they want, right? Gen G under their turret, Gen G able to use those safety tools they have, and things like the Senna ultimate, so the collapse can't really get any more than Peanut.
Stepping up, I think he was trying to bait out some cooldowns here and then just escape afterwards. See him dashing onto Xiaohu, but he used his Q, I believe, on the ground there to clear the creep, so he didn't get a phase rush proc. And by the time he's trying to escape here, he's already engaged upon. Ming does go quite deep. I think he tried to E Peanut there and actually hit Lehens on the backside, so he went under tower. He ends up falling, and Gen G defend his top tier 2. Reset comes forwards and they can start to push through. Doran might be caught here, he needs to be careful.
Oh! Out, ulti coming in, maybe enough healing. Do they have enough damage to finish him off? He has so much armor. The damage from Lissandra, the only real threat, but no, they're gonna finish him. WEI taking him down. The Thrall coming through as well. Gen G forced to back away. They have to be ready to contest, but Breathe already on the flank.
It's a 4v5 for a soul. It looks as good as done here if RNG just waits for Breathe to TP back in and threaten Gen G if they decide to walk up. Can Peanut sacrifice himself to steal it? Will RNG even let him?
Moonlight Vigil goes wide, Ming getting chunked down, getting lower and lower. That's Infernal Soul, and now they can take the fight to follow, but instead RNG backing away, knowing they've already been chunked. Gala, they can't afford to walk into that Aphelios turret. They're going to take so much damage if they do. Lehens losing a third of his HP just for
RNG in a 5v4 in a position where your top laner's TPing back. You have a soul, but then you decide not to pull the trigger and set up for Baron instead.
Yeah, I guess maybe because RNG having no ultimates available other than Ming's, not really wanting to take a risky fight, especially when Gen G still have all their tools up. But like you said, Baron coming up in 20 seconds seems like it should be very easy for RNG to pivot to that objective and start setting up to break down these inhibitors.
What is Gala going to buy here from base? Just base has a BF sword and a stopwatch, hasn't completed an Infinity Edge yet, but I think he's getting very, very close. But Baron's going to be the aim of the game. RNG is just going to start it and look for a turn, you have to imagine, after they push in mid waves. And that's what Gen G want to stop. They don't want to lose any mid push. They want to keep this mid push in so they can at least get some vision in this topside river while RNG's on a reset. Maybe even try to force this mid tier one, but Xiaohu has TP and they need to be careful. Pings on the bot side, wards around the entrance red. Xiaohu could just TP behind them here. It's a bit far at this point. Gen G now in this river.
And Xiaohu is terrifying, because the Poppy solves so many problems for the side of Gen G, but it does not stop Xiaohu from getting into your backline. Incredibly difficult. Gala with a potential follow-up as well. Has the Infirm ready. Big blue ulti. Could seal the deal on the team fight very quickly. Ming fishing, looking for a little bit of a pick. Cleanse comes out from Lehens. Summoner Spellbook as well for a bit of extra movement speed. Ferries him out to safety. Gen G staying strong in the mid lane. High risk every time they walk forward. If Xiaohu's waiting over a wall, it could spell the end of the game. Despite that, they're walking forward with confidence. They're contesting the Baron pit. They're contesting this vision.
I think Gen G know if they give up this Baron vision for 5 to 10 seconds, it's as good as gone. But RNG are slowing it down. Gala wants to base here and pick up IE. I imagine there it is. Infinity Edge picked up. He was sitting on a lot of gold. This is Gen G's one window to force Baron. I think they know he based. I think they know that the RNG was stalling for this spike. This is their only window back into the game.
An incredible read, but will it pay off? Gala running forward, the Baron getting lower and lower. 5K, 4K, WEI waiting over the wall. Here comes Xiao. Oh! Again, look at a one-shot ruler, goes golden, stops the from disengaging. Chovy waiting over the wall. The Sand Soldiers, how much work can they do? Chovy looking to be the difference maker. Xiao now taken down, but no, Gala! Monster damage from the Graves and the Aphelios. RNG slaughter Gen G in the fight.
Xiaohu bought so much time, but the second WEI and Gala were able to join up. So much AoE damage coming out from WEI and Gala's ultimates, and this might just be over.
There's the 3-item spike that RNG was waiting for. That's why there was 1 to 2 minutes downtime, and Gala made a hell of an arrival. Instantly destroys Gen G, and they might just end it here.
And despite an inconsistent plan stage, RNG coming out with an incredible showing in Game 1 versus Gen G. Chovy doing what he can to hold the line, but it will not be enough. RNG taking their first win of the group stage.
Like you said, they might have been shaky in play-ins,